Reed here on the left, Mikey Gifford on the right. If you got a question, raise your hand. We'll get a mic to you. Start with Bryce here in front.
Mike, 4 takeaways for the defense today. Just how good did that feel? Do y'all feel like you took kind of a step today?
Yeah, I most definitely do. It's something we've been emphasizing like this whole beginning of the year, and honestly, just being able to get 4 today and put that on paper is great.
Next we'll go to Zach.
Mike, as you, I guess, transition to safety from receiver today, did today feel like maybe some hard work paying off for you?
Yeah, most definitely. Since December when I made that move, it's just been some, getting with Powell, getting with the other safeties, just putting in work, pounding the rock every day, and, finally able to put it on the stat sheet.
For either one of you guys, just how would you assess today's performance overall, the good, the bad, the ugly, just what kind of went well and then what didn't?
I mean, I think the takeaways was something that went well for us. As a defense, we just got to continue to strive to get better each day. There's just something that just Coach Aranda has instilled in us, like not letting nothing up. So we gave up 7 points. We should have gave up 0 points.
Kylan, it seemed like there were still some missed tackles for y'all. I mean, I guess how much of an emphasis in practice is that, and how do you improve on kind of some of those obvious mistakes?
Yes, sir. Missed tackles is something that come with the game, but it's definitely a big emphasis for us to try to eliminate as many missed tackles as we can. I think for us, the next thing we need to do is trying to just kind of taking another step when we feel like we're there, taking another step, stepping on toes, shooting elbows, wrapping and driving, just the fundamentals, just getting back to the fundamentals, emphasizing the things that we lack it.
Kylie, you mentioned y'all would have preferred a shutout, but 7 points, not too bad. The one touchdown they did have you ever seen a pass go any higher than that one did?
No, sir.
Micah, DJ Coleman was all over the field today. Have you seen him grow, and what was that like seeing him with the forced fumble and a couple of deflections?
I mean, DJ always been a dog, so I'm not gonna lie. I'm seeing him do stuff like this every day in practice, so it's good to be able to see him do it on TV.
Kylan, with Big 12 play right around the corner, kind of what can a performance like this for the defense as a whole kind of do for you guys, maybe mentally? Does it give y'all some confidence, and just are you able to build on this going into conference play?
Yes, sir. I definitely feel like this win gives us some confidence. But I really think it always goes back to, like, our fundamentals and what we believe, our morals. So each week we trying to do the same thing. No matter who we play, Big 12, non-conference, we trying to do the same thing. We trying to win. We trying to dominate.
Anything else for these guys? All right. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bryce, it seemed like the running game, got going pretty well today. Just how good did that feel, not just for yourself, but like Caden, other backs?
It felt good. Like we've been harping on being able to run the ball. Like surpassing that 200-yard mark this game, like it really solidified a lot of things in our room.
Bryson, what do you think? What do you see from Caden and Michael behind you? Like those two are young and hungry, it seems. What stands out most about those two?
What stands out most about them is like the way they fight and prepare going into each and every week, knowing they might not get the chance to play, but they still prepare like they expecting to play the game. And I just feel like those guys, they have a lot of preparation into practices and stuff, but we still got to get them going.
Kobe, I know we've talked to you about this before, but I think 4 touchdowns on your first 8 catches of your Baylor career. What is that about you, and is it more like Sawyer having confidence in you too in those situations?
I think to score a touchdown in general, a lot got to go right. Got to make sure the O-line has it blocked up right, make sure we see the right look on defense, make sure I make the right read to get open for Sawyer to find me. So I just really thank God, just for the opportunity in general.
Kobe, the defense had 4 takeaways today. Just how much confidence does that give you guys on the offense, when they're giving y'all extra possessions?
I mean, it definitely helps, boost our confidence. But, we've seen those guys make those plays in practice since we started the season. And it's just glad to see it come to the light in the game. And hopefully we're able to feed off that momentum moving forward.
Kobe, one thing I loved is the receivers. After every touchdown, the celebrations y'all had, y'all dancing in the end zone. How much fun is it to kind of celebrate with the guys when you're celebrating them?
I think it's just a part of the love for the game. Coach Big tells us all throughout the week, if we feed off each other's success, we all be ready for the moment. So it's really all it is.
Bryson, you guys had 35 points at halftime. You only added 7 in the second half. A little struggles in the third quarter. Any concern about that? Because I know you guys probably wanted to come out and kind of put it on them.
I wouldn't say I'm concerned, but we for sure got to get better. Just doing everything offensively overall.
How does Sawyer respond when he throws an interception? He hadn't done that this year. He had a couple today. Do you guys try to lift him up, or is he what's he like in those situations?
I think it's the same Sawyer as if he didn't throw the interception. When he threw that first one, I'm like, okay, he's human, because he's been basically perfect all year. So, I think it's really nothing to it. He's the same Sawyer as if he didn't throw the interception. It don't affect how he plays. It doesn't let it get to his head. He's just ready to play the next play.
Kobe, it seems like all season long, the yards after catch for the receivers has been pretty strong. Is that a strength of this group? And, how much fun is that to get the ball in the open field and, try to make a big play?
I think it's not just the receivers, it's the whole offense as a whole. Coach Powell harps on it all week. We got to bring the physicality, and we got to set the tone, as far as blocking on the perimeter, open it up so B-Watch can get loose or one of the running backs. And it's just really the mentality of the offense is to just not go down easy and play aggressive and physical.
Bryson, how have you seen the offensive line grow throughout the first 3 games of the season? And, do you think they continue to take steps as you go into conference play?
As always, kind of like last year, we got better as the year got going. I see them taking big steps, the run game is like the holes were more clearly open to me today. I didn't have no problem seeing it. But I just feel like we still got more room to grow for sure, and we just got to keep working.
Kobe, where else can this team grow as you look ahead to conference play next week? Just what still needs to improve, I guess?
I ain't watched the film yet, so I couldn't just give you an immediate answer. But obviously, the films is never as good as you think, and it's never as bad as you think. So I'm sure there's a lot that we can grow from for this game. It wasn't pretty, but, we got the dub, and it's not easy to win at the college level. So we're just thankful.
Kobe, we're talking about going into conference play. Kind of had every type of game in these first three non-conference games. Just how prepared do you feel like these first 3 games have made you guys going into the gauntlet of the Big 12?
I feel like whether we won all the games or lost them, it's always good to get something on film so we can learn from it. And I think that moving forward, everybody's prepared for what we have next week, and we're all prepared and able to learn from our mistakes this week, and so we can go out there next week and be detail-oriented and play the best game.
I would like y'all to rate each other's ice. Or is that what they still call it? This,
You said rate each other's ice?
How is his and you say
See, mine, I got all this from Temu. Like,
Oh, nah.
This-
no.
Johnny Dane.
Nah,
so I'll give
everybody
them
know, when it comes to the ice on the team, we all look to B-Wash because he been the iciest, most flyest guy. So we just aspire to be like B-Wash.
Nah, but I say Kobe, out of 10, I give him a 20, for sure.
If I got a 20, then he got 100.
Appreciate y'all.
I am proud of a couple of the first year. We had Lewis Brown have a touchdown. We had Cade Knighton get in the end zone. Proud of that. Proud of the takeaways. We've been needing those things and have been talking those things. And we had to pull out a bear coat to try to help us get those things. And so, whatever we can do to get some takeaways. And so it was good to have those. Those usually come in bunches. And so that was the case today. We've got to be able to continue that because those are game changers. But just disappointed with line of scrimmage. This was a game going into it where offensively we wanted to say, hey, we got the run game going. We're out physicaling people. We're finishing people. We're falling forward, and I can't say that we did that. I think defensively, I think we needed to play with more physicality up front. I was blitzing a lot, try to stop these people. A lot of credit goes to Samford and how hard they play and their level of effort. They had a quarterback come in second half and was frankly playing harder than us. And so defensively, we have to play with an increased level of physicality up front. Today was not good enough. And so, disappointed with those things. And this is the thing, when you talk about it in the beginning of the week, you talk about it throughout the week. We showed a fair amount of film from Baylor, Texas State from a couple years ago. There's New Mexico, UCLA. There's all these examples. And then, there's talks prior to running out the start of the game. There's talks at halftime. At the end, defensively, there's kind of talks prior to taking the field every possession. And so a lot of pulling teeth today, and wish that wasn't the case. A lot of growing up in that respect, and we're all here for it. I think the ability of this team and what this team can do is very high, and so there's high expectations, and we did not meet those today. Take any questions you guys got.
Dave, what do you think the difference was offensively? I mean, you 35 points in the first half, and then the third quarter was just 3-and-out, punt, interception.
I think we were kind of pulling teeth to kind of get a focus and an energy, and I thought we were able to break some plays early, and then we weren't able to break those plays late, and we kind of had to move people to get out the way to find space, and we weren't doing that. And so, these are all the things I told them, the offense too. And so, I think sometimes when you're in kind of a fog, you kind of come up with, hey, this is my story, or this is what I was seeing. And, the thing that we got is the tape. And we're going to put on the tape, and the tape ain't going to lie. So we got to get better.
Coach, looking at these 3 games, do you feel the team is fully prepared for Big 12 play, and what are some things that you feel they need to improve on before next week?
Yeah, I think we've got to improve on just focus. I think we got to improve on line of scrimmage play, both offensively and defensively. I think we've got to improve on protecting the ball on offense, and we got to improve on limiting big plays on defense.
Dave, you mentioned the things that you have to improve on and the things that you were disappointed in, but did you still get out of this game overall kind of what you needed to in terms of you get a win? It seemed like there were no major injuries. And the running game, even though maybe it didn't finish off like you said, still was pretty productive.
I think this game gives us an opportunity to demand more and to show that, hey, what is okay ain't good enough. And to just get by, that ain't it. That's not what we're doing this for. And that more is required, and really more is demanded.
Dave, what did you see from Sawyer? Seemed like some uncharacteristic throws. Was that him just being careless? Was there any routes run the wrong way? What did you see?
I think he was feeling the pressure of just stuff not working. I think he was feeling kind of the fog of not everyone focused in. and not everybody given the type of effort that's demanded. And I think he's trying to make plays. He's trying to make something out of nothing at times. I think there wasn't a bunch of separation with releases. I think there wasn't, great pockets with protection. And some of the Sawyer that we saw today was maybe the Sawyer from 2 years ago or further back. And so we've got to get the Sawyer that we got now. We got to get him back to his self as whether it's last year or the beginning of this year. That was not what was happening today.
Dave, you mentioned the bear coat. Who came up with that, and how much confidence can those guys get from 4 takeaways?
We have a strength coach, and I think that's his bear coat, and so I think he's got other coats that are like that. And we were talking, my voice and my excitement level is not getting it done, takeaways. And so we've got to find some other way to kind of get guys excited. And one of the guys mentioned, well, Vic's got this bear coat and we can take pictures with it. Now, that just doesn't make any sense to me, but they apparently really like that. So we'll try to continue that.
Coach, even going back to the second half of the SMU game, can you sense some baby steps that the defense is taking steps in the right direction?
I don't know. I think, I don't know. I'm going to be hard on them because we're talented there. We have the ability to do it, and we have the coaches to do it, and we just have to. I think guys have to demand more, man. I think coaches have to coach harder. I think players have to demand more of themselves, demand more of their teammates. It's not going to be easy. There are no layups, especially when we start our league. There's no layups, and so we need to be better.
With those 4 turnovers, how much kind of carryover can there be? Do you feel like, I know sometimes turnovers can come and go, but you talk about the importance of knowing you can do it, right? Is there anything how much carryover can that be with those 4 turnovers?
I think you get confidence when you know that you can do something. Micah Gifford, I guess you add up a couple months, he was a receiver. And now he's playing DB, and he had a great break on the ball, made a big-time play. Caleb Burns is going to be an unbelievable player for us. He's very talented and very instinctual. Kylan Reed had a tough first game, and just so proud of the way he's responded. And I thought he played well and came away with a big play today. LeVar is another one. Last week had a tough game from the start to finish, really, and responded with a pick today. And so there's guys that can make plays. And so when they make it, there's confidence that they can do it, and they can go out now expecting to make that play. It's a big difference.
Dave, what did you like about getting Nate in there late in the game? And, is it safe to say he's kind of the guy you're trusting as in that backup role?
We kind of wanted to go with guys from just how long, their experience level here. And so we were thinking of kind of going in order of how long the guys have been here. And everyone's going to get kind of played differently in terms of, where their talent lies and how to best kind of move the ball based upon, their skill. And so it was fun to see. I mean, Nate took some hits and he stepped into some throws and made some reads. So that's really cool to see. He's been through quite a bit to be able to have his opportunity and make the most of it. I'm proud of him.
Coach, Jackie and Trigg, I know they're game time decisions. How did it feel? What did you see from them today? How good is it to have them back on the field?
I'm proud of just the people that they're becoming. We talk about that quite a bit. It's like, hey, we're playing this game and we're trying to win this game and we're trying to play better, but really, like, what are you doing when you're doing these things that you're doing? And I look at, like, Jackie and just his maturity. I look at Trigg, I look at his maturity. Trigg today had pulled some really strong leadership type things today, which a year ago would not have been the case. And so So I'm proud of just the people that they're becoming in the process of doing all this. And so that's a lot of credit goes to the staff at Baylor for that.
Dave, DJ just seems to have a knack for being around the ball. He forced the fumble. He had a break up early. What are you seeing from him?
He's making the most of his opportunity. I think, he's found a home kind of being in that nickel spot, being low. I think he's been able to cover guys. I think pressure, blitzing has gotten better. I'm proud. When he started his career as at safety, and really struggled to make plays, and had a really poor spring when he first got here, a tough one. He was competing and just wasn't falling into place for him, and so I'm pretty sure it was a pretty strong low for him, and so to go low and then climb your way out of it. It says a lot about him and his family and all the support he has. And so onward and upward with him. I mean, I feel confident that he can be a big playmaker for us.
Coach Sawyer had more passing attempts today than he did during any of the games during the 6-game win streak last year. What went into the decision to keep him out there so long?
Yeah, we wanted to try to go until, if the game was going where, it looked like we're going to win the game and there was a healthy lead, we wanted to try to go to halftime. And then by the time that, we get to that phase of it, all of a sudden we're going backwards and we didn't want to leave, and so we gave them one more drive. And so that's pretty much the way it ended up sorting out. All right, thank you guys.